All right, well, good morning, YouTube. Is this thing on? Check, check. All right, here we go. Good morning, YouTube. Today is Thursday, April 11th. I'm JB, and welcome to another edition of What's On Today with Discovery Bay, home of the YouTube Comic Community Channel Guide. This is a show where I'm going to share some of my top picks from the sea of comic content that was released yesterday. Then I'm going to run down the lineup of shows that either are releasing or are going live today. So let's get started with a quick recap of yesterday's highlights. There are links to these channels in the description below. These channels have been discovered. Okay, first up on the recap. Over at Dee Runk Comics channel, George released a video titled CGC Unboxing with George and Zac episode 87. I'm a sucker for blind CGC unboxings, man. I can't get enough of these things. And the way George does it...
Packaged in the box, which is pretty cool. That is in there, man.
Yeah, there's no wiggling around there.
Yeah, very, very secure. So, you can smell the comic book goodness.
Can I smell?
Yeah, you want to take a
I
look?
want to smell. It's like...
He's got a good system. Let's take a look.
All right, guys. So I'm handing them off to handing the books off to my wife. Now, she's been given very specific instructions on how to arrange these books. We're gonna fast forward, beginning now. And now we are done fast forwarding. So the way we have these in order, it should be lowest grade on top, highest grade on bottom.
Okay, but what books did he get?
The Amazing Spider-Man number 252, Marvel Team Up 141,
Spawn number 1,
Uncanny X-Men number 252, Uncanny X-Men 266.
All right. Now, what about the grades, you ask? Yeah, I don't do spoilers. Go ahead and hit the link right there, and you can check it out to see. Okay, next item on the recap comes from Comic Tom 101 channel. Comic Tom, Fire Guy Ryan, and Aaron went live yesterday with a stream titled Comic Karma is Larger Than All of Us, Bags and Boards Live. Wow, wait till you see this one.
All right, Dear Tom and Fire Guy. A few weeks ago, while watching the replay of the Bags and Boards live stream, I heard my name coming from the television. It seemed that I was the winner of the Batman Who Laughs #1 giveaway. The Comic Karma gods had smiled upon me. I was going to message Tom and have him save the money on the shipping and donate the Batman book to the mystery mail call to return the karma. But then I got a thought, then another thought, and another. It seems this simple giveaway of a Batman Who Laughs #1 had set off a battering chain reaction pondering the Comic Karma's existentialism in my life. With this letter, the Comic Karma is returning to you the copy of Batman Who Laughs #1 that you sent me earlier this month. The Karma is returning it to you, signed by Scott Snyder for use as a Wednesday live stream giveaway, the same way it came to us. The Comic Karma was meant to be.
Oh my God.
It was meant that we would be successful in searching out Scott Snyder with a gold Sharpie, and that the comic book karma for Batman Who Laughs #1 would not end in a short box in Matthew's room.
And that's pretty cool. Now, if you want a chance to win a Scott Snyder signed Batman Who Laughs, click on the link right there. All right, the final item on the recap comes from Caitlin and Mark over at KatRen Figures channel. Well, actually, this content came from their new channel, Cinema Figures. Yesterday, they were really busy. They dropped 3 different videos. The first video was titled Channel Announcement.
Hi, and welcome to Cinema Figures. I'm your host, Caitlin, and today I have an announcement for you guys. So, we are starting a new series here on Cinema Figures. Mark, the cameraman, and I are going to sit down and revisit every single installment of the Halloween franchise. And we are going to be doing reviews of each individual film, which we are going to end the series, this version of the series off with a ranking video where we are actually going to rank all of the Halloween films from our least favorite to favorite out of the entire series.
Well, that sounds like it's going to be good, huh? The next video they released was titled Addams Family Trailer Reaction Video. Now, I'm not sure what the rules are on showing movies, so I'm going to pass on giving you a sneak peek on this one. But I want to ask anybody who's watching, if you know what the real rules are for showing a trailer on YouTube, please drop me a comment because I really want to know. Okay, the third video that these two released was on the Comic Core channel at midnight. You know what? I'll just let Caitlin tell you about it.
Hello, Comic Core family. Tonight is a very special episode of the Comic Core. I am KatRen from KatRen Figures and Comic Core, and tonight we will start a new series. A series where I go through and read some of the scariest stories I can get my hands on to scare all of you nerds.
Well, they did release a video yesterday titled The Chilling Adventures of KatRen. Creepy readings done by KatRen Figures. Go ahead and hit the link, if you dare. Okay, now let's get to today's lineup and find out what's on today with Discovery Bay. All these times are listed in both Pacific Standard Time and Eastern Standard Time, and there are links to these channels with timestamps in the description below. Okay, the first item on the lineup starts today at 12 a.m. Pacific, 3 a.m. Eastern.
Whosoever watches this channel, if he or she be worthy, shall acquire the knowledge from the Comic Chief.
The Real Comic Chief is releasing a video titled Unboxing a Childhood Grail. Rob Liefeld Grail? CGC? CBCS? I love comics. Okay, at 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Eastern. Billy over at Economics and Comics is releasing a video titled Comic Con Instructional Part 2. Next up at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, over at the Metarog channel, we get the weekly comic contest roundup. If you want to know what's going on in the YouTube comic community contest world, then you need to make sure you watch this one. Next up at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, on the Stacey's weekly comic book picks channel, we should be seeing the next video in his weekly series titled Stacey's Weekly Comic Book Picks. Okay, at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, over at the Comic Spectre channel, we should be getting a premiere video titled My Picks for New Comics releasing April 17th, 2019. At 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, over at Comic Tom 101 channel, we should be getting a video titled The Golden Age Show. This is where Comic Tom and Jeff, the Golden Age Guru, team up. Make sure you have your notification bell on, because you know how he is about the times. Okay, at 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, over at JLS Comics, we should be getting the next installment in their weekly live stream titled Comiconversation. Join Edwin of Strictly Comics, Justin of Exile State Comics, and Boston Chris in the live chat. Okay, next up at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, join Jack, aka Mr. Bolo, and Brian over at Simple Man's Comics each Thursday as they discuss this week's hottest comic book releases and recap the comicbookinvest.com Bolo. Be on the lookout list for new comic books that released yesterday. This list is broken down into 4 parts: confirmed first appearances, reader buzz, variant buzz, and of course, you cannot forget aka Mr. Bolo's long-term play. You don't want to miss this one, because Jack and Brian are dropping great knowledge in this live stream. I'll see you in the chat. At 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, over at All About Comics, we have another live show. This one is titled Comics and Cold Ones. Join JP, Pope, and the gang as they discuss the latest and greatest in comic news. Okay, and the final item on the lineup for today, and the last live show that I knew about, is at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. Reggie goes live with a stream titled Trivia Night, Comic Book Giveaway. Well, that's it for today's show. I really hope you enjoyed it. I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to watch my content. If you did enjoy it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, and if you didn't, you can give me a thumbs down, but you really don't have to. Okay, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram. Well, I will post this schedule somewhere between 3 and 4 o'clock this afternoon with any ads and or changes. I'm also on Patreon, where I picked up a new Patreon supporter, and I'm going to shout him out in the end credits. Bear Island Comics, welcome aboard. Okay, and as always, don't forget, we had a good time.